It says a source with detailed knowledge of the investigation into the Ferguson, Missouri shooting of Michael Brown says that the account of a caller to St. Louis radio station KTFK matches the account of Officer Darren Wilson as to what happened at the time of the shooting. The caller to the radio station, identified only as Josie, told listeners she knew Officer Wilson's side of the story, and in detail she laid out Wilson's account. Here it is in its entirety. Listen.
Street. He rolled his window down and, said, "Come on, guys, get out of the street." They refused to and were yelling back and saying, "We're almost where we're going." And there was some cussing involved. And then he just kept rolling up and he pulled over. And I believe at that point he called for backup, but I'm not sure. But I know he pulled up ahead of them and he was watching them. And then he gets the call in that there was a strong armed robbery, and they give the description. And he's looking at them. They got something in their hands that looks like it could be those cigars or whatever. So he goes in reverse back to them, tries to get out of his car. They slam his door shut violently. I think he said Michael did. And then he opens his car again, tries to get out. And as he stands up, Michael just bum rushes him, just shoves him back into his car, punches him in the face. And then, of course, Darren grabs for his gun, and Michael grabs the gun. At one point, he's got the gun totally turned against his hip, and Darren, shoves it away, and the gun goes off. Well, then Michael takes off with his friend. They get to be about 35 feet away, and, Darren, of course, protocol is to pursue. So he stands up and yells, "Freeze." Michael and his friend turn around, and Michael starts taunting him, "Oh, what are you going to do about it? You're not going to shoot me." And then he said all of a sudden he just started to bum rush him. He just started coming at him full speed. And so he just started shooting, and he just kept coming. So he really thinks he was on something because he just kept coming. It was unbelievable. And then so he finally ended up, the final shot was in the forehead, and then he fell about 2-3 feet in front of the officer.
As with this person, none of this is to be taken as fact, just like any eyewitness. It is their account. This is her account. But the source does say, a source with detailed knowledge of this investigation into the shooting tells CNN that the account is accurate. A source with detailed knowledge of the investigation into the shooting told CNN that the account is accurate. The source declined to add more details. So, Brooke, there you have it. This is someone who is allegedly friends with the officer, and allegedly this story was conveyed from Darren Wilson to her before all of the uproar over this, before all of the protests. He conveyed this story to her in the initial hours after that deadly shooting, and now you have heard from his side of the story, from someone who alleges to be his friend.